Welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil, here with Ishana, and the U.S. women's national team is back in action, Ishana. We saw them a little bit ago and they're back.
They're back. Yes, I would say that I'm wearing, I have blue nails, red for them, but truthfully, I actually just got off set, so that's why I look like a colorful insanity. However, it kind of works because we got to root for our girls.
Yeah, of course. So let's talk a little bit. Let's dive into it. Let's talk a little bit about the roster. We'll start there, I think, Ishana, and then we'll kind of go into some of the more interesting things after that. But let's start here. So what do you have to say about this situation here?
Okay, so when the roster was released, I was actually pleasantly surprised. I really like everybody on this roster. I think I'm so excited, obviously, to see Katarina Macario come back, as well as our star player, Mallory Swanson. The only thing I would have loved to see is I would have loved to see Midge Purse on this roster. However, she has torn her ACL, so it's really unfortunate. She's not going to be in the running for the Olympic squad now either. And, wishing her well. I feel like this was her moment. I really was excited to see her develop. But outside of that, I really agree with these choices. I think, Coffee, Albert, I think Dunn definitely proved herself that she deserves a spot in the squad. I think Alex Morgan as well, Nightswanger, amazing, Jaden Shaw. I think this will be pressure's on Sophia Smith because I think this is going to be the tournament where it's going to be kind of the decided she's going to be vying for her spot. And if she performs well in this tournament, I think we will see her on the Olympic squad. I think this was a good choice to take her to see, because I think she could be one of those sort of bubble players where we don't know what that looks like. I've been saying for a while, I'm so excited about Emily Fox. I think she's just getting better and better. I'm excited to see her. Ava Gattino, we're gonna see what she does. I think that's exciting. And Kruger, I like that.
Yeah. So, okay, we kind of talked about the roster a little bit. I think it's a lot of the same, players that won the Gold Cup for the U.S. And I think it's exciting to see them back again in action, right? After that.
I don't think there are any surprises, really.
Right. So I think for those out there who are not aware, it's the SheBelieves Cup. We've invited Japan. There's, Brazil, as possibly Canada as well. So you could see a lot of the same teams that the U.S. has just seen. Obviously, we didn't play Japan in the Gold Cup, but that's going to be the first matchup for the U.S. And if they win, they'll play the winner of the other match. And as Ashana, you said, I think this is really what's going to determine who makes the squad for the Olympics. And I think that's why we're all excited about the game. And we're going to bring you reaction to the game after, which we're both excited to do. Now, before we end, we must talk. Yeah, you thought I was going to end this show? No, we got to talk about what happened with Korbin Albert. And the thing is, both me and Ishana are big fans of Korbin Albert, the player. Her performance on the field, we thought she was one of the best, if not the best performer at the Gold Cup. But what has happened since then has been completely out of the blue. I feel like, in terms of, we wouldn't have expected something like this to happen this close to the Olympics, and it's created a huge controversy.
Yeah, I mean, so everybody probably knows Korbin Albert retweeted, reposted a lot of questionable things, including one thing that was targeted at Megan Rapinoe. So, there's a lot of layers of this. First of all, just like basic human rights, there's that element. And, ethics aside for a second, I just wonder, did she not anticipate making the squad or something. Is that why she was liked these tweets during the World Cup? Maybe she didn't think people would. I don't know. Here's the thing. This is what I am gonna say though. Korbin Albert is very young. We have a lot of young talent. You know, Alyssa Thompson, straight out of high school. She is young, and I feel like this is an opportunity for growth and for learning where she can go one of two ways. And maybe this is her first exposure with a wider community. I'm not really sure. I just know that locker room is going to be damn uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Obviously she wears the same number as Megan Rapinoe, number 15, which adds a whole other element to it. It's a mess. I mean, it's just a mess.
And the irony is before the SheBelieves Cup, which is really a cup that's dedicated to women's empowerment, and the fact that, she liked a couple of controversial tweets. And it's just a very unfortunate situation. And, whatever people's personal political views are here and there aside, this is a team, right? And this is a group of individuals that are coming together. And I think if you're on that team, you have to be respectful of everyone else on that team and views and things out there. So this is why this creates a very tricky situation, I think, for Twyla Kilgore of how to manage this.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I mean, women's soccer, and especially the US women's national team, has historically been a very safe and inclusive space. They've been championing inclusion for a long time. So, it's sort of like, I don't know. I would think that she would have understood that this, what she was getting into, who her teammates are, so yeah, I don't know. I didn't grow up with social media, in a generation of social media, so I don't know what that experience is like. And I think people will probably publicly give her a little bit of leeway just by virtue of her age. So hopefully, if this is a time that she can really introspect and think about where this is all coming from, and talk to people, talk to her teammates, and yeah, maybe we'll see how it moves forward.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much playing time Korbin Albert gets this weekend. So the game is US versus Japan. That's kicking off the SheBelieves Cup. It's on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific and 12:30 Eastern. So we will bring you our reaction to that game. If you're enjoying these videos, please go and subscribe to the channel. And as always, we'll say it proudly now, go USA.
Yes, go USA, go women's sports. Even women's March Madness is awesome this year. Little segue. So go America, women. Woo!